Uh, so we are going to talk about latitude and longitude. So I got some awesome scrap paper here, and first of all, the concept seems to be confusing for people since like third grade. So here's the deal: lines that run this way, we call them latitude, flatitude. So those guys are latitude lines, and the lines that run up and down this way are called longitude lines. So weird that these guys go up and down or north-south direction, but they measure how far east or west you are. I know I've got those flip-flopped, but sometimes, as you'll see in the reference tables, the eastern hemisphere is on one side and the western is on the other side. And these guys, the longitude lines measure, they run east and west, but they measure how far north and south you are. So we've got the northern and southern hemisphere. Those guys aren't mixed up in the reference tables. Um, all right, now, weird thing is, let me show you my awesome globe here. So these guys run, there's Africa, and this line across the middle here, this is the big important latitude. That's called the equator. And these guys that run this way, what are they? They are latitude lines. That's right, latitude, flatitude. And then these guys that run up and down this way, and this is the big important one that runs through Greenwich, England here. This isn't shown very nicely. It's not in the right spot, actually. It's supposed to run through Africa. But these guys that go up and down, those are the longitude lines. And so if you think about your mouth, if you really exaggerate the word longitude, it will help you remember that because your face gets long when you say longitude. All right, next. Weird thing that they like to do on the Regents exam is have you plot something using latitude and longitude. So, I mean, that's not that weird, but this is weird. If we're going north, this way, these are latitude lines, latitude, flatitude. If this is 42 degrees north and this is 43 degrees north, to put this like halfway through here, there's two ways to write this. The normal people way would probably be to say 42.5 degrees north. Make sure you always put your degree sign in when you're on your Regents exam. But there's another way to say this. Instead of 42.5, they break a degree up into minutes. And how many minutes are in an hour? Come on, how many minutes in an hour? That's right, 60. So there are 60 minutes in a degree, and so instead of saying 42 and a half, we'll write this 42 degrees and 30 minutes north. So that's another way to write 42 and a half, that halfway between 42 and 43, 42 degrees, 30 minutes. And then, guess what they do? They break minutes up into seconds. How many seconds in a minute? That's right, 60 again. So if I were to really zoom in here, and let's say I'm going to go between 30 minutes and 31 minutes, if I zoom in, zoop, zoop, and so there's my two marks. So this is 42 degrees 30 minutes, and this is 42 degrees 31 minutes. So we're super zoomed in there. We break this up into seconds. So just like we said, like halfway through, half of a minute would be 30 seconds. So we would write this 42 degrees, 30 minutes, and 30 seconds north. So that's latitude, longitude, and degrees, minutes, and seconds. They work for both latitude and longitude. Awesome.